After 48 hours, it was noticed that the cultures, which contained the samples on which Allah's name had been pronounced, were completely sterilized. That is, they had a sterility of more than 99%. As for the samples over which the divine statement was not mentioned, a great abundance of microbiological growth could be seen.
First, we noticed on the blood-based agar solution a great growth in germs, especially the Staphylococcus, which dissolves the blood in addition to the Streptococcus, which also performs this function, and many other kinds of gram-positive cocci. We also noticed in the second solution a great increase in gram-negative bacteria, such as the E. coli, bacilli, and E. coli. As well as this, there was a significant increase in the solution of EMB. As for the samples on which Allah's name was mentioned, there was no noticeable microbiological growth at all, neither in the blood-based agar solution, nor in the EMB solution or nutritive agar solution.
With the unaided eye, there was a noticeable difference between the meat over which Allah's name had been pronounced and the other samples concerning their color. The first was of a light rose hue, whilst the other was a dark bluish red. These are tisular plagues related to sections of cow meat. This is the meat over which the words Allah is greater was pronounced. It was kept tisularly in profile plaques. This is the flesh over which the statement was not mentioned. There are other plaques of bird flesh. The one pointed at is the meat over which the divine statement had been said. Its color is light and clear, whereas the meat over which these words had not been said is a darker color than the first. This is a tisular section under the microscope. The one on the right is cow meat over which Allah's name was pronounced. It's noticed that no phlogistic cells were found in it, and there are only a few red cells. This section belongs to the meat over which the statement was not said. There are phlogistic cells and a large number of red cells. This is a section of chicken meat over which the statement had been said. We can see in this picture the rarity of the phlogistic white cells and red cells in comparison with the tissue of the meat over which such words had not been pronounced.
Thus, we conclude that the effect of pronouncing Allah is greater is miraculous, and this reality will cause scientific astonishment. How does this carcass over which the words were said have meat that is sterilized, whereas the blood of the carcass over which Allah's name wasn't said remains within, so that in most cases this flesh is clearly and obviously full of germs?
The findings were more than amazing. They even surprised the researchers themselves, who never expected that the effect of this simple statement, Allah is greater, will be on such a wide and important level. All the blood and tisular tests were in favor of the divine statement. The meat over which Allah is greater was pronounced was pure, clean of any pollution and any mark of blood blotches, germs, or microbe colonies. As regards the meat over which the statement had not been said, following the blood and tisular tests, and with the displayed pictures we can see, the samples were infected and polluted to an extreme extent that cannot be neglected or disregarded. We had to put this to the test, for testing is the most potent proof of what we say. We have the tisular sections and the anatomical sections, as well as the laboratory and blood analysis, which proves that there is a great difference between the meat over which the words Allah is greater were pronounced and the meat over which it was not. Then, since we live in an age where people don't accept anything except after placing it in tests and obtaining evidence and proof, so we can practically say that we may now know the truthfulness of this strange phenomenon. All of use and all mankind feel astonished at the significant difference between the samples over which the words Allah is greater were pronounced and those over which it was not.